my TN friends. I'm Brett with In the Now magazine, sitting with
Mark Scott,
Steve Brown
from Trixter.
All right.
Great to be here at the M3 Festival 2015, baby.
But there's one thing, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Because if you're not in the now, you're in the nothing.
All right,
Yeah.
sweet. All right. Appreciate it, fellas. Thank you so much. So here we are sitting at the M3 Festival.
Oh,
You're looking good.
God.
I need some makeup.
This guy's a
No,
rock
it's
star,
perfect.
man.
Don't touch a thing. Don't touch a thing.
Listen, I love this place already. I gotta tell you, this festival just started and we're having a blast here. So we're at M3 Festival. Tell us, guys, what's it like to play the M3 Festival? You've been here a few times.
We've been very fortunate. This is our third time here. I think the first time was 2010. Then we were back in 2013. Now it's 2015. It's an honor to be among some of the people we're playing with here tonight. Docket, Kicks, Dio Disciples, Quiet Riot. Hello,
yeah.
anyone home? We've got a hotline up for tonight.
Yeah.
Hotline up. Looking really forward to it.
Unbelievable.
So
So
we got some legends.
we got legends, yeah, and the legends of Trixter, the all original band, 30 years together. It's a
beautiful thing.
the only all original band on the bill, so that's great. If I do say so myself.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey, what do we
Mr.
got
Peter
here?
Warren.
Hey, I'm just playing through. I'm playing through.
Get in here.
That's right. Give this guy a 9-iron.
9-iron.
Anybody see my ball?
Mulligan.
I see one. I see one.
I love the impromptu.
Happy
Anybody got it all?
The party has started.
Listen, this is gonna be my best interview yet. Right here.
And the only one, because you're going in the drink.
That's right. We're taking over in the now.
Introduce
Yeah,
yourself right
baby.
now.
What's up, everybody? Pete Lauren, a.k.a.
Toastmaster General.
Toastmaster General.
And tonight we are celebrating because it is Mark Scott's birthday today.
Yeah.
Put it to the amen.
Hey, listen.
He's only 57.
Hey, he's still rocking.
Hey,
He's
you
still
leave my
rocking.
waistline alone.
That's right.
Everybody is, trust me.
All right, hey, listen, fellas, I gotta reel this back in. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna reel this in because we want to talk about Trixter. What's going on with Trixter? Okay?
Bullshit. Let's talk about the chicks.
Hey, listen. So, guys, from what I understand, you guys are actually you got a new album coming out. Is that correct?
We do on Frontiers Records, June 9th. It's called Human Error, and I think it's our best Trixter record to date.
Here, 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 here.
All right. So tell us about the writing process and how it kind of all came together. It's been a while since you guys put out a record. So,
Yeah. Well, this is our second record in the last 3 years. Our
Okay.
last record came out when,
Yep.
when was that? 2012.
Yes,
right?
correct.
Yes, it
Yep,
was.
yep,
If my memory serves me correct. And we're always writing songs. I'm as a producer, songwriter, I'm always working on stuff. So I got the itch again. Told the guys, sent some demos out to Pete, and I said we got some great songs. He sang some of the rough demos, and it sounded like Trixter. So we said, guys, it's time to make another great rock and roll record to keep the tradition of beautiful melodic hard rock that Trixter does so well. And we did another great record.
that's a beautiful thing. I'm sure your fans are looking forward to it. That's for sure. So after this, can we expect a proper tour?
I'll say you can expect an improper tour.
An improper tour.
Everything's improper around here.
One thing's for sure, the idea, I think Van Halen probably said it best as far as quotable quotes. The process of making a record is really just the excuse to get out on the road.
Beautiful.
So by doing that, it gives not only just a renewed interest in the band, it increases our repertoire. We have new songs to play now.
Right.
And it gives people that may say, the same old stuff, hey, look at this. And God bless, so far it's been very well received. We're really very fortunate, and we thank everyone for the support.
So we're
But
gonna
you
hear
know
some
what?
new songs
even
tonight?
You'll hear new stuff
Beautiful,
tonight.
beautiful.
But even if they didn't like it, we don't care. We're coming out anyway. So
Hey, listen, you're here to play what you want to play, right? You know
Well,
what's
you know
close
what?
to
We
the heart.
don't kid ourselves. We are Trixter, and that's all we are. And all we ever try to be is the best Trixter. We don't try to be any other band but us. Granted, I'd like to be some other bands, for the paychecks, but we have to deal with what we deal with.
Why don't you tell the camera, who would you like to be?
Yeah, Steven wants to be Barbara Streisand.
Taylor Swift.
And you'd like to be Bruce Jenner.
Eat you Wheaties, you motherfucker!
Why is it that an interview cannot go by without some type of Kardashian going on? Hey, we'll scrap that one, okay? So anyways, guys, let's step back a little bit. The history of the band. Kind of give everyone, let's step back.
Okay, we're good.
Now, let's kind of give the folks a history of the band. How you came together. There was a bit of a split. You came back together. Can you kind of give us a brief history of the band?
started with these two guys right here. This is Steve and Pete.
Thank you.
1982, they formed a band called Raid. Not R-A-I-D like the Bugs Raid, but R-A-D-E. As in, it was a twist on making a raid.
Original.
It was. We had a great logo, and that's really all that
It was either that or Lysol backwards.
They would practice. The funny part is, they would practice in this garage on the way to the local music store. And I one day was riding my skateboard behind the garage door, and I heard this guitar and drums and everything going on. Like, what the hell's going on? And I said, I knew a kid that played guitar that once kicked my ass. It was that guy, Steve Brown. And I said, that's got to be that kid. I just have a feeling that's the kid. One day I was cruising on by and the garage door opened. And I saw it. I said, you son of a bitch! I knew it. I said, I've got to get in that band. I've got to get in that band.
You're not bullshitting.
I
right
swear
now?
to Christ. I swear to Christ.
And he actually
That's a great
murdered
story.
our other That was supposed to be
Cut.
an accident.
He died.
I was acquitted, you bastard.
He died in a suspicious garden.
They're still investigating right now. So we have a confession on tape right now.
So that is the truth. Yeah, for
Wow,
real.
that's great.
So they did a couple of shows, and I became the lighting guy. I said, if I can't be the drummer, I got to be into this. So I'll try to get my first online when the guy hits
that's
her.
great.
So it came time for him to graduate high school. He went on to college. I auditioned, and
The rest
God
is
bless
history,
America.
huh?
Yeah.
And he wrote me and Pete a big check. He gave us all his bar mitzvah money. So that's
So you
It was a
guys,
good investment.
Obviously, you enter the scene, and you obviously pick up a ton of steam. You get signed. What's that like? Getting signed. I mean, was that a big moment for you guys?
It was huge. I mean, that was the goal we were working for, and for us, it was such a it was like a roller coaster going up for us. We were building. We became the biggest band in northern New Jersey. There were lines out the door to see us all the time, and we didn't really know what was going on because we were just so busy in our Trixter world, which was rehearsing every day, writing songs, promoting, going to different shows, going to the Meadowlands Arena and putting flyers out when Van Halen was playing. And then next thing you know, there's lines out the block to see us, and all of a sudden we get a management company, and all the record companies are coming to see us, and it was just incredible how it happened, the momentum.
Yeah.
And then before you know it, we had a record deal with Mechanic Records, which was through MCA Records, and went out to California, made our debut record, and the rest is history, and here we are 30 years later.
Wow, that's great.
Healthy, happy, and pretty.
Is that covered all? We got it covered now?
Well, tell me.
It's Reader's Digest.
Gus did a 10-minute intro of how he joined the band, and I cut it down to 1 minute of 30 years.
So tell us something. So the 90s hit, you guys hit the 90s, and you split up.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That was basically what happened. Was we went through from 1990 to 95. We toured. We went out on the road with Stryper, Dokken, Warren, Poison, Scorpions, toured the biggest arenas, did it all. Every dream we ever had came true 100 times over. We went to the top of the mountain. 1995 rolls around. We all looked at each other. We realized it was the end of the road. Grunge had taken over, and we knew that it was time to move on. And whether we all, Gus wanted to become an Indian chief. I tried to become a certified public accountant. But I'm terrible at math. So a couple lawsuits later.
How about you?
Me, I'm a janitor currently at Roy Rogers on the Parkway.
The Molly Pitcher Rest Area.
That was my goal. I'm just kidding. That is not. Yes, please cover me. My lawyer came from there.
A petroleum engineer. Is more like it. But no, so we took
Petroleum jelly.
I like to say, we took a 13-year vacation, and then in 2007, Pete and I were out at the Great NAMM convention out in Anaheim, California, the big music industry thing, and we were just hanging out as bros, walking around. I was doing some product demos, and we were walking around the trade show, and people are like, "Oh, it's so great, you guys are back together." And we looked at each other like, "Oh, we're not back together as Trixter," but it seemed like a good idea, and we knew it was time because I always said, and I think we all said back in the day, it was never a question that we were breaking up forever. We knew we'd get back together at some point, and that was the time. And then 2008, we put the band back together. We got booked on Rocklahoma, Rockfest, these huge big rock festivals, and then here we are. I'm terrible at math. So how many years later?
I don't know.
2015. so
Healthy,
what, 7
happy,
years
and
later?
pretty, and maybe a little chubbier. but pretty.
Oh.
So lamb. Oh man.
It's all done with love.
You
All
leave
done
my
with
penis
love.
alone.
So is that.
Trust me, everybody else is too.
Oh man, I'm telling you. Oh,
A lot of love. A lot of love is
Is
Maryland
that okay
today.
over here?
Oh my God.
Oh man. So you guys have toured
itching
with
powder in the
some,
jockstrap.
you've toured with some legends, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, tell us about that. You know, I mean, here you are, you get signed, you're touring with legends. What's that all about? How's that feel?
Gus, what's it like to tour with Steve Brown?
Well, you lock your door at night.
We've been tremendously fortunate. The
I
touring.
mean, you mentioned Scorpions, Poison,
Kiss.
Well, yeah, Kiss. I mean, some of those bands. I mean, honestly, you go on tour with these guys. How are you feeling? I mean, like, wow,
It's
this
pretty
is
incredible.
amazing.
It's pretty
You know?
incredible. You don't want to screw up those shows. Let's just say that, you know, especially the first show out. You know, you're kind of, and we've done it. we've had the Gremlins come out and the equipment blowing up, and you know, it's a prideful thing for us, especially opening up for bands like that. We want to be good. We want to be great. They asked us to come out on the road because they thought we could add something substantial to what was happening there. So we want to live up to that. And you know, it's
And we do.
It's a lot of stress, but we do it right. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think I saw you guys on with Scorpions and Great White.
Yes.
We're on tour back in the day, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Great
Worcester
show.
Centrum with an accent like that. How could I ever?
Man, I'm telling you, this
Worcester
guy is awesome. It was
I
the Worcester
remember
Centrum back in '88.
Yep.
Yep.
No, it was
No,
like
no,
91.
91.
Was it 91? Oh my
91.
God, I'm losing track. I saw the Scorpions in '88 as well, but yes, exactly. So, I mean, what an amazing journey for you guys, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you must,
I remember that show,
so
too.
It was awesome. So, I mean, you've been through all this stuff. So, tell me something. Is there a band out there that was the best band to tour with? Like you were like, this is kick-ass. I love touring
You know,
with these guys.
one thing I got to say, we were very fortunate. The first band that called us to come play with them was Striper. And we were Striper fans, so the idea of getting a call from someone that we admired like that to come play, we're like, holy crap, this is awesome. And I think they set the tone as far as being courteous, being nice guys, treating you as an equal. You know, we didn't know what to expect. And they were nothing like brothers. They
Yeah,
were
they
really
treated us like $1 million, and
Yeah.
we learned a lot from them. You know, and all the bands that we toured with. You know, we went from Striper to Don Dokken. We learned a lot. Every band we were able to take away something and learn from what to do, what not to do. You know, and it's just, we've been blessed. It's been an incredible journey, and like I said, here we are all these years later, the all original band, and that speaks volumes.
That's fantastic. I'm going to ask you guys, you want to answer, you don't have to answer, worst band to tour with. Is there somebody that stands out there you're like, you know what? I will not tour with them again.
I'm not gonna say worst band, but worst person to tour with, Marco Scott.
I'll second that. I'll second that.
Honestly,
Oh, honestly, is there anybody out there? I mean, listen, you know what? It doesn't mean they're bad people. It just means you didn't gel.
I don't think we had any bad anything ever. I don't think
No,
we had
I mean,
anyone that was
like,
ever-
there's always, listen, there's always some little things that go on, the petty bullshit, you know, with bands of whatever it is. And we don't like to mention names and throw mud. There's no
Understand?
point.
Absolutely.
That's
For
how
the
you
most
lose a
part,
tour.
everybody we toured with was incredible, and we had the best time. We enjoyed every moment of it because we understand that for our friends and for, you know, all the fans, most of all, we do this for ourselves, but we do it for them. So of course we enjoyed every moment of it. 200%. Sometimes too much.
So if I had to ask you guys, most gratifying moment in your career, is there something that stands out most gratifying?
I think the first time we played the Meadowlands Arena and got our gold records on the 1991 on the Scorpions tour, and that was the dream we always had. I mean, when we started the band, all we ever wanted to be was Van Halen, and we never really cared about making records. All we cared about was playing the Meadowlands Arena, because that's where we would see all the bands. Actually, Mark worked the David Lee Roth concert, the Eat 'em and Smile tour, and he taught us the secret backstage door to go backstage to the Meadowlands Arena. hint, hint. It's easy to sneak backstage. You just got to know what door to go down.
True, it's really true.
Yeah, and we learned, so we would be backstage at every concert, and that's how we became, that was our way of networking, and we became friends of bands. Bon Jovi, Skid Row, that's how we met the Skid Row guys.
Sure.
Sneaking backstage to a Bon Jovi New Year's Eve concert, and John Bon Jovi, who was a friend of ours, sees us and introduces us to Snake and Rachel from Skid Row, and so it's very, very cool. But the Meadowlands, that was huge. All of our family, friends, hometown arena, getting our gold records. A couple years prior, we were there seeing Bon Jovi get their gold records. It was incredible, man. It was the best.
You guys are on board with that one?
I think it'll be unanimous that if there's one moment in time that does stick out, that first time we played our home, that's where we saw our heroes. And if we ever said, that's what I want to do, I want to be right there on that goddamn spot, that was the stick. That was the place. That was
fucking
So what do you, so listen, real quick. I know we have to finish up here, so a couple questions to finish up with. Your younger self, what are you telling your younger self right now? If you had to look back and tell yourself back in '89 something, what are you telling yourself?
Are you ready to go?
not the blonde. Remember that blonde in Chicago? Not that one.
You're still carrying that with you or what?
Definitely not.
A little penicillin, don't worry about it. It's all right.
Takes care of everything. So, is there any advice though that you're giving your younger self or bands that are up and coming? I mean, obviously it's a different generation.
Totally different.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but still, you look back on yourself. What are you saying to yourself? Like, hey, don't do this, whatever it is. Seriously.
You know, I think it's probably hard to say, like, if other bands are listening or something like that. Every situation is a little different. And a lot of that, I mean, we met people who our career, some were very genuine in reality from the manner in which they presented themselves, and there were some real shady characters that were completely lying as to who they were. And if they said that, hey, I can help you in this so-and-so fashion, that can be a crapshoot. You really got to be careful. Can you answer the question? I think there's a lot of people, if there's one cautionary advisory statement, be careful who you put your trust in.
Have your pets spayed and neutered.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, have a good lawyer and have a good accountant, and make sure all the what is it? T's are crossed.
The I's are dotted.
Yeah, all that bullshit. And no, getting back to the question, here's what I can say to anybody out there. If you ever get the chance to do what we were given, being in a band, enjoy every moment like you're never going to see it again. Because you know what? It doesn't last forever. We learned that lesson, but what we can say is we enjoyed every moment. We saw everything, we did everything, and we enjoyed every moment of it 100 times over. And that's the most important thing. Because I know guys that were in bands that wish they could go back 20 years ago and go, man, I wish I did that. I can say I did it all, and I have no regrets.
Fantastic.
Here, here. Here, here.
Any final words for your fans out there?
Go ahead, Gus.
Well, new CD, Human Era by Trixter, coming out on June 9th on Frontiers Records. And check out our website at www.trixterrocks.com.
Cheers. Fantastic. Any final words? Cheers. We like the cheers.
Yeah, man. Cheers, baby.
Any
Cheers.
final words? All right. Look at a
As
rock star
always,
moment.
thank you, man, for giving us the time and caring about Trixter. We love you, man.
The
Thanks
new
to all our
Trixter
fans.
record coming out June 9th. Human Race?
Human Era.
All right. Human Era. Human Era. Man, I'm
Human Era.
telling you.
ERA. Like human back in the day.
Human Era. And listen, hopefully these guys are going to be out on tour and they'll see you soon. So thank you guys. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, my brother.
All right.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Rock and
Perfect.
roll.